I want to ask a question for both of you, but first I need to ask a question to you. There's a scene very early where you are running up a flight of stairs and you are wearing these gorgeous tight jeans. And I just regarding training, tell me about like the cardio.
You're looking at my butt.
I was looking at your butt.
I love the jeans.
Oh, thank you guys.
Great.
Well, I had to
Don't
compete with
hide your
Adria, you know.
light
She
under a
had,
bushel, my
she had a nice tight jean thing going as well. So
I
that
have
was
anything to
just
say about that.
that was just the running of the butts. That's what I call that scene.
Okay, it's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So I want to talk about just the camaraderie that forms. You know, you guys play a unit of men on a mission. Can you tell me about bonding before production and that kind of process?
Yeah, we did training. We worked together. We worked with with people who trained us, and we tried to learn as much as we could. And also, we heard, you hear a lot about like people don't die for a flag; they die for the guy next to them. And we understood that level of bonding, commitment to one another was going to really drive the story, drive the plot, drive the character stuff, and so it was kind of essential to it. And we just, I think, put in the time and genuinely like each other. And
trust, too. I
Yeah.
think there was like a lot of trust because often I think sometimes what you see, too, and sometimes in these kind of movies is a lot of forced chemistry and like a lot of forced stuff. And I think the fact that we kind of let it be its own thing allowed other people to bring themselves to it as opposed to, too many back pats and things like that.
I think a big thing in this movie is the difference between civilians, soldiers, and then later mercenaries. There's a big part of the very early scene, Charlie talking about not going into the private sector. Can you talk a little bit about like the philosophical kind of fundamental differences between like those three, walks of life?
Well, I mean, one of the things I think is interesting is you have a group of people who serve a cause with great commitment and devotion, oftentimes for many years at great risk to themselves, and they're asked to do things that are excruciatingly difficult, and they're doing it for a purpose and for an ideal. And then when that time is over, the skill set that they've developed, they've spent their whole life building, the only market for that really is in the mercenary world. So you face a choice of like, do something I've never done, jump into real estate or jump into, whatever sort of, pedestrian commercial activity you can do, or kind of sell your skills to the highest bidder. And that's a dilemma that's faced by a lot of former servicemen and women. And it's not something that I've dealt with myself, but I can imagine that it would create some particular stresses. And
especially when there's some very intense injuries and, how long can your body withstand jumping out of helicopters and running and gunning.